Alright guys, welcome back to another update. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to my members, shout out to my subscribers. Thank you guys for locking in with your boy. Let's get on into this thing and let's see what we got going on. Alright, so I'm sending in, that's why I say guys, I move my airplanes around a lot so that I can take advantage of areas that are not heavily guarded by his airplane, by Mercia's airplanes. So, and I'm talking as if you know what's going on. So if you don't know what's going on, guys, just go back to part one and work your way back down. So this is an all-out war between two coalitions. And so now I'm just going to start talking about some of the things that I'm doing to try to help my team and also to try to keep Mercia and his goons back as far, as long as possible, because it's inevitable that they're gonna start making more and more advances. But the key is that this guy is so inexperienced that he's not moving as fast as I thought he would. So he's just giving me all the time in the world to readjust and mobilize. So I'll talk about the different strategies that I'm using. As you can see, I'm veering away from um, South Africa with my troops because, like I told you before, he does have airplanes, and as you can see, he was loading them up over there, refueling them. And I wouldn't be surprised if he attacks my boats in that water. So that's why that was a dangerous move for me to even be that close. As you can see, I'm bringing in my airplanes here, and we're going to start patrolling over that stack of troops he had with the 2 tanks, another 2 tanks, and 193 soldiers. So they're going to get wiped out quickly. So this is where I can take advantage and really just take advantage of the fact that he doesn't have any air support in this area. However, if you look in the north, about the kind of northwestern up there, you see he has 151 troops stationed in that area. So I have to be very careful, because if he decides to deploy those airplanes, then I will have to leave this area with my airplanes, because like I said, I would not do any head-to-head battles with any airplanes, not when I don't have the advantage number wise. So as you can see down there, now I'm patrolling, and every 15 minutes we're going to tag that little stack. I can almost guarantee you he's going to send those airplanes towards me. If he doesn't, again, that's another amateur move if he doesn't. So I would expect a good player to attack those boats I have in the water, because that was a mistake on my part. Should not be that close to that coast. Now, what I do like about what I see is that I have Cairns. He's moving in with that horse, which puts a little pressure on Mercia. But yeah, as you can see, he's starting to head towards me, as I figured he would. And yes, he's already got his he's going to be patrolling right smack where I'm at. So we're going to have to see how that works out. But I kind of figured that's what he was going to do. Yet by the time I figured that out, it was kind of too late. I was like, oh, wait a minute, you're a little too close to that border. So we'll see how that works out. As you can see, I'm chopping down on those stacks. I see a lot of inexperience from Novgorod as well. He really think those 10 bombers are really going to do some damage, and they're not. As you can see, I sent in my car because I'm pretty sure that stack is not going to make it within the next hour, so we already have a car ready to go to take over that province. Trying to get out of the way of those airplanes as fast as possible. And we're still advancing on the rally because now I'm being attacked on all ends. Now Murcia, what he's doing is he's trying to establish a line, and he's moving all of his troops kind of like forward. And so that's where I see where his strategy is. He's trying to just move those troops forward and just beat me in numbers. And that's not a bad strategy. As you can see, he's taking over that whole area there finally. So we moved along pretty we moved along on this map, as you can see. Where is he down to only what, 30 something troops now? So once we chop down those troops, again, we gotta keep an eye out for those other airplanes that he may have lurking or heading in that direction. Because I'm sure he see me chopping down his troops right here, and he's probably saying to himself, I better hurry up and get some air support down there. But once he brings the air support, see, what I'm teaching you guys is my strategy. Once he brings that air support, I'm gone. My airplanes are out of there. And we'll send them somewhere else. As you can see, we're about to steal that province. Bingo. And then if you see what I'm doing, guys, this is another strategy. When you take a province, let's go back for a second. Okay. Right here, he already has his arrow going. Go back a little more. He already has his arrow going here, as well as right here. So he's going at a much faster speed right now, even than me. But now once I take over this, the reason why I send my car directly to this tank, because I want him to start this over. Like when I come at him right there, if you notice, now look at his arrow. It's down here now. So now when he decides to come here, he has to go at he's gonna go a lot slower. That's a very, very important strategy, guys. This is how you slow the enemy down. As well as right here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna send my car down here so these guys have to travel a lot longer to get to me. And I'm going to send these airplanes over here so we can go ahead and chop those guys down as well. Remember what I said about in the north, guys. Let me show you. I already see them loading up right here. You can see that them airplanes starting to load up. So we got to be ready for that, because he see me chopping them down. And I went ahead and sent my airplanes away from here because I pretty much got that wrapped up with those horses that's coming right there. I got 39 horses coming there, so I think they can handle that while I send my airplanes over. I think we finally got out of that area here where these airplanes are patrolling. But if he's wise, he would. And this is another amateur situation, guys. Another thing. He's traveling here with this stack. All he has to do is separate these guys and send his bombers out, because they will have more range. But he's probably feeling like that's as far as he can go, when really he can go further. He just had to release the bombers. Another inexperienced situation with Mr. Murcia here. But like I said, I could tell he was over there getting those guys. Look at those airplanes already. What I tell y'all. So he done brought those airplanes over. So it's time for me to get out of there. I've done enough damage. Let's get my airplanes out of harm's way. He would love to take down my airplanes. I know he would love to do that. But I do need to be careful. But the reason why I'm checking his radius right here, guys. See, this is what you guys got to realize. You got to check the radius. Now watch this. Okay, now I missed it again. Let me show you something. Okay, now I have my hands on his airplane there, right? So you see the radius. That's those two white circles. The smaller circle represents the fighter's radius, and then the larger circle represents the bomber's radius. Now, you know what? I'm going to stop this video here, and we'll come right back, and I'll get right into this. I'm sure most of you guys already know this, but for those who don't, this will be very good information for you. So stay tuned, and we'll come right back at you.